Hey everyone, my guest today is Kenny Dupar. Colonel Kenny is a goofball by leadership style and has figured out the war in Iraq to his scoundrelly satisfaction. His second novel is a gearhead pinup doll love story where COVID is the bad guy, mostly. His YouTube videos include Curious Carl and the Man with the Big Yellow Hat, Japanese poetry called Kenniku, dating advice, big kid parodies, and military advice like how to poop at nighttime. Retired from construction and soldiering, living in East Tennessee, Kenny is working on his next novel set 20,000 to 10,000 years ago when cosmic forces and evil space aliens caused God to shake the Earth's Etch-a-Sketch and other high weirdness. He uses humor to balance descriptions of really traumatic stuff. Welcome to the show, Kenny. I want to thank you for coming back.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. I hope we can talk about different aspects of pinup dolls and classic cars, a
Yes.
COVID love story, other than the COVID part.
Right. Yes, definitely. So, I've been asking back some of my favorite guests, and with each one, like a little thing has gone wrong. And during yours, I had a cold that I thought I was getting over, and I don't know if you watched like the audio or the video of it, but I was visibly getting sicker as the interview went on. Like you can see me sweating, my hair is like starting to stick.
As long as I wasn't making you nauseous,
No,
you know, I mean, because
no.
that'd be a bad sign. I read your book.
Yeah, no. No. But yeah, so speaking of your book, I loved it. Within the first like chapter or two, you're talking about a character, Tiffany, and she's just such a horrible woman, and you talking about how her husband or ex-husband that she lives with walks in and he sees that she's eaten 2 boxes of mac and cheese during the day and probably just sat outside chain smoking. And I'm like, that's the perfect description of just this trashy person that somebody's stuck with, you know? Like, I mean, I've been that trash where I've eaten like a box of mac and cheese a day. You know, you get down on your times and it's like you just find comfort in mac and cheese. But it was so funny. He's like, I bet the character said something like, I bet the bitch ate 2 sticks of butter today. And I was just cracking up.
I hate that name, Tiffany.
Tiffany?
I just there's certain names that the bad person, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I feel that way about the name Ashley. And I'm trying to think of any Ashleys I know. It's not against you, but anyways. So what I really liked about the book is these characters all seemed like real people. And I want to know if you're going to write a continuation of this book. Do you have plans to do that?
No plans to do that in a whatsoever. It was bizarre that I actually wrote a love story.
Mm-hmm.
But following up on my first novel, I couldn't be one and done.
Yeah.
And as I like to say, I went to a car show and I saw pinup dolls.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was a thing. And I was looking for another idea for another novel. And all of a sudden I had the cast of characters. So I had people to model the characters off of. And maybe that's why they seemed true to life, because there's a lot, life is messy. Yeah. And when you get to know people, you're like, oh, that's some strange decision making on your part.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, you know, you get people getting some pretty dark places too.
Yeah. You know, and it does seem like when people make decisions that are somewhat questionable, it does seem like there might be some love or lust driving those questionable decisions. And I think that that kind of plays into the book as well. Like you have a lot of young moms, a lot of people struggling to make ends meet, just a really good group of characters.
The characters are working class folks. Mm-hmm. And I've seen time and time again where when people split up and there's children involved, it becomes World War III.
Yeah.
And it is the kids turn into a football.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you hear people talk about it, it's like the emotional tug of war,
Yep.
where an estranged father could say, to a child, we're best friends and you'll never have a better friend than daddy, but don't tell mom. And all that people play games. And I think, unfortunately, it's common.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep. Yeah, it is. I mean, I've seen maybe one or two divorced parents where they really co-parent so well, and all the rest, it
Mm-hmm.
seems like there's fighting going on, and that's so hard on the kids.
I got married last week, and
Did you?
yeah,
I knew you were engaged, but
yeah. So we went to Milwaukee and got married. I got to take my hat off to Diane because this is her second time. Second time's a charm, as they say. Was it third time? I'm not sure. Anyway,
uh-huh.
she has a daughter,
Uh-huh.
and she and her ex always lived in the same town, so that they could be close for her daughter. And
Yeah.
although it's tough thinking that I'm going to spend half my time in one house and half my time in the other,
Yeah.
they made it work, and it's like tons of respect that they could swallow any bad feelings and just work together to
Yeah.
raise, hopefully a tax-paying American.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
exciting. So you're stepdad now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stepdads are cool.
Yeah, she had a really nice speech.
Really? Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I asked her. I asked Diane to send me the speech so I could memorialize it, because it was very sweet.
Oh, that is so sweet to hear. And last time you were on, I did not thank you for your service. So I thought about that during our interview. I'm like, I never thanked him for our service.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering, was there someone behind the character Owen? He was my favorite. He reminded me of my husband.
There, loosely, there was.
Okay.
It's like there was a gentleman that I had met whose wife was doing pinup, and I got to know him a little bit. Went to there were parties at his house.
Oh,
and
okay.
so he did have a potato gun.
Yeah.
If people don't know what that is, you can take hairspray and use it to. It's like a rocket propelled grenade, except it's a potato using hairspray. Anyway,
and it goes.
It was based on an actual person, but not the personality.
Yeah,
he was very cool.
Yeah, and it goes through a PVC pipe, right?
Yeah,
the potato. Yeah, my stepbrother has one. So
yeah, with Owen, he was on his. He was divorced, and he was a type of guy where he just is hanging on.
Yeah,
he's got a good relationship. Bad things happen to Audrey, or Holly Hot Rod was her pinup name, and he was like a very good backstop. So he was a good guy. He was trying.
Yeah, and I mean, he just seemed so patient and just had such good intentions. That's the part that reminded me of my husband, because I know I put him through hell. Just all my hobbies and projects and stuff like that. And he's always very patient with everything. Their jobs and physical descriptions don't match at all. But yeah. So he was my favorite character. And I liked Audrey too. And then Corinne Dupar, like the main character. Or kind of, yeah. I liked her.
She was, and there's I go off of the premise that men and women are the same, intellectually, emotionally, what have you. So I don't have to try to write as if I were a woman, or write to a gender, what have you. It's like you're in a circumstance. She has a young kid. She's raising her son. Her husband is a shitheel, a man who doesn't want to work, a man who just wants to live with mom and dad for the rest of his life and get high and play video games.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes people procreate with the wrong people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were a couple characters that going through the book. So yeah, COVID doesn't really happen until the last few chapters. And so going through the book, I thought it was gonna occur a little bit sooner. And as you were describing, like Tiffany and Evan, the impregnator, I'm like, well, maybe they'll die of COVID later, or something. But that's not what happened. And one of the deaths I did not expect, but yeah.
I found through my storytelling that, and it was a kind of a happy accident, is that there are 3 people who die early on in the book.
Right.
And it kind of gives the book a tone of sadness. And then once you get to the COVID, it lasts only until the summer of 2020. So you don't really get so it was kind of a strange way I inadvertently brought up the subject of death, but it was actually a foreshadow, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
If it was purposeful, which I am not even sure.
Yeah, no, it was it really wasn't what I was expecting, but like I said, I enjoyed it. And also, did you have help from women for any of the, because okay, what's great about your book is, like you said, you weren't writing it from the perspective of a male or female, so you have stuff to offer men who are interested in cars or just guys in general. And also there's a lot that women would be interested in. You go into a lot of detail in the cars and in the women's clothes and makeup and all the work that goes into that. And so I'm interested in both, but I'm like, how does he know all this about the just like it was so random. They were going shopping for Cherry Nova's new character. That's like the new pinup doll. And you mentioned something about like, well, no one's interested in bra shopping. So like these 2 girls pieced out. And I'm like, that is true. So,
yes.
Did you get help?
No. I'm a writer. I just try to be observant. But whenever I've ever heard a woman talk about going bra shopping, first of all, if you're the guy and you're at the mall and she says that she's going to go bra shopping, you have to go someplace else, because there's just, and from the woman's perspective, apparently it's not a fun thing to do, because it's never perfect or whatever. It's just, I don't know if there's an analogy, but in my browser, I was looking up parasols and all different kinds of accessories. I'm kind of artsy like that. And when I would see that the ladies' outfits, I mean, I would be a splendid judge at a pinup contest, because that's a part of it. It's the hair, it's your dress, of course, from your shoes to your makeup and the whole ensemble, if you would. It's a parallel to guys and their hobby of the cars, because you have all the little details. Are you going to restore a car to like factory? And so there's a lot of parallels, because they're both builds. There's competition. People want to win, right? So there's some rivalry to it. It's expensive. Well, what did you think about the idea of the alter egos that these women were creating for themselves?
I related a lot, because
do you have a pinup name?
No.
What is it?
No, a lot of people call me Jade, so I really liked Serenity Jade's name, since my name is Samantha Jade. But with the name of the podcast, Shades of Jade, a lot of people think my name is Jade. But so like my parents were divorced. My mom have been. My mom taught in beauty school. She was a beautician forever. And my dad, I had small hands, still do, and was a lot smaller in high school. So if he was one who always worked on his own car. He's not one that, shows cars or anything. He's never owned a classic car. He's more into motorcycles, but I would help him in the garage fixing his car because I could reach into places that his hands couldn't get into his feet. So I'd be under the car, helping him with stuff. So for me, it was just fun because then also I work with all males. So I don't wear makeup when I go to work. I'm wearing, they don't have women's shirts for me. And I don't want that to be made into a thing. It's fine. I understand you're not going to order in bulk women's shirts for one woman. So I go to work looking very different than I do now. So this here kind of feels like my alter ego. This is the only thing I wear makeup for. This is the only thing I dress up for unless we're going out for something social, which just isn't really me. But yeah, it was relatable. There's a lot of work that goes into it. I've had some people apologize to me profusely for having to reschedule to be on the show. And it's like, you don't understand. I don't have to put mascara on now. Like I can go do something else. It's totally fine. As long as I don't have the makeup on before you reschedule. That's, yeah. Cause it sucks.
Well, just makeup in general, I just think would have to suck because, Diane, had the makeup artist come for her and her bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And all that type of stuff. Is like, wow, that's just so much effort and pressure. And, are they going to show up or I mean,
yeah.
But women, have been using cosmetics for millennia and, they want to look attractive, to men. Yeah. Although it's very interesting how, if you look at one of the chapters is called Plenty of Fish. It has a little bit with dating apps.
Yeah.
Oftentimes women, when they have like a bunch of photos of themselves, they will include one photo with them without makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Which is nice.
Why do you think women do that?
I would guess so that because they're not trying to fish the person. Do you think
they want to say to the man, okay, now this is me without makeup, so this is what you may, just so your expectations are, not tempered, but it's like I'm not always going to go through the effort of putting my face on. Yeah. And for a guy, when the girl gets all made up and you're ready to go out, and when she looks great, that's when you're just like, oh, you cannot kiss a pinup doll,
right?
Because you're going to ruin the makeup.
Yep.
And then at the end of the night, when she is like a melted candle, and you try to hydrate, and she gets completely, scrubs everything off, she looks different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But with a guy, I mean, just moisturizing is that's a huge leap forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I am jealous of you guys often. So I actually have to dye my eyebrows and eyelashes I don't have to. I do because you can't see them otherwise. And so then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm never just natural, but
that would look weird. Don't shave your eyebrows off. People will notice.
Oh, no, I will not. No, no, but yeah, this is them darkened and that's how light they are. So it's, without anything, it's, the world of women.
There was a character in the book. She was one of my favorites. Miss Demeanor.
Yeah.
Do you remember her character where she had a little boy in Florida
Yes.
And she was the kind of woman who had, I think I said that she had been married 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And the friend Gary was maybe going to be number 5, and then he was like, "Oh no, yeah,
this is too crazy," type of thing.
Yeah.
And so I think you see people who have multiple marriages, and it's like, it's interesting to think about how do they. Well, she was kind of a scoundrel, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and now
because she's stealing from the club, right?
Yeah, well, she embezzled what little money that there was from the club.
Yeah.
So there was a misdemeanor pinup name, so I stole that.
Okay.
She was a sweet girl, so it didn't really apply to her.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of cool. Well, if I have this character whose pinup name is misdemeanor, I need to give her an edge. I need to give her a reputation, so to speak.
Right.
Where
right.
and that happens a lot too, where you have parents who become estranged from their children and have a heck of a time getting back in.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like that you had her character finally move to Florida to be with her son. Whether, she got to spend time with him, I don't know. But
I ended up I wanted to kill off all the characters by the end of the novel because you're just so exhausted. You're just like, yeah, just die.
Oh my god!
Like it was like a Quentin Tarantino type of thing, where like in the last dramatic scene, a terrorist comes out of anyway.
Yeah.
And so I was writing happy endings, and I didn't know what I was going to do about the two main characters. How'd you like the end?
Okay, so he drives his Roadrunner onto the ferry and goes to live with Corinne and Corey, right?
Right.
I guess maybe I should erase that so that people don't.
Spoiler alert, as I say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I liked that because I'm glad that they ended up together. And it didn't end with like a proposal or anything, but Audrey and Owen got married, and I was happy about that. But yeah, I felt the ending was good.
It was a toss up. I really didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah. And then the Donna diva with her husband and her boyfriend, and that was kind of left empty or open-ended, and it's like, wonder if she
well, because she was having an affair.
Yeah. But then her husband stopped drinking and realized about the affair. And then, I don't know. Yeah, that's one of those things. That's why I want a second book.
It's not, well, it wouldn't be based upon this.
Yeah.
I write with things that I'm curious about.
Yeah.
The odd thing is that I thought that I had written a romance book.
Yeah.
And I was pitching my book to podcasts for women who like romance novels. I've never read a romance novel in my life.
Yeah.
This ain't my bag. It's like military history would be better. And romance, do you like romance novels?
Okay. You're going to make fun of this because you said something about this. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to tell you about my sponsors quick. Sometimes I get on a roll cleaning or gardening, and I need a boost but don't have time for a meal. Big Fork Brand's pork jerky is the perfect choice to keep my momentum, offering high-protein snacks for on-the-go energy boosts. Not only do they offer pork jerky, but they also make pork sticks, bacon sausage, bacon hot dogs, and burger and hot dog sauces. Products come in a variety of delicious flavors, including Thai green curry and maple and brown sugar for the meat options, and gangster and Chicago fire for the sauces. I personally think the original flavor of the pork jerky hits just right after tackling a big chore. It's a little salty and very flavorful. My discount code gives you 20% off your entire order, and it's currently the best deal available. Just visit bigforkbrands.com and enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. Are you looking for a gift for a music lover, or maybe some apparel to show off your quirky side? Old Glory has you covered. With over 300,000 officially licensed items covering music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture, you're guaranteed to find the perfect item. They even have seasonal gear. My husband enjoys the Beatles and Led Zeppelin apparel, and I love the Billy Idol apparel. I even found items for my fellow plant enthusiasts. This family-owned superstore is known for their quality and customer service, offers free standard shipping on all orders, and orders are shipped the same day you purchase. My discount code gives you 15% off your entire order, and it's currently the best deal available. Just visit oldglory.com and enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. Looking for a game-changing way to improve your health? Zevo Life is the world's most nutrient-dense whole plant, packed with over 50% plant protein, essential amino acids, fiber, and antioxidants. Harnessing the best nature has to offer, Zevo Life nourishes your body while driving your performance, vitality, and overall well-being. Each serving is a concentrated source of clean, well-balanced nutrition designed to support modern lifestyles, and just 1 teaspoon a day supports your gut, boosts energy, and promotes healthier skin and hair. It's no wonder that it's receiving rave 5-star reviews. Step into a healthier future with a 30% discount and a 30-day risk-free guarantee by visiting zivo.life and using my promo code. To support my show and to receive 30% off your entire order, enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. Okay, so I tried reading the Jane Austen novels, like the classical romance novels, and I couldn't read all of them. I hate them. The way that the women are so weak and just like, I mean, I know that it's a reflection of the times, you know, like they have to go get married. And so the reason I think you're going to make fun of me is because I think Twilight's probably the closest to romance that I've read. And
I know what it is.
Yeah.
But nowadays, and I wouldn't make fun of you because you're my host, you know. But anyway, there's a lot of weird things. I came to the conclusion that romance novels are basically porn for women.
Yeah,
and
that's what I've heard.
And then I was like, well, okay, so then you have to have like is your book like a low sizzle, or where are you on the heat index, you know?
Right.
And so because my mother was going to read this, I just wasn't really into trying to describe a sex scene.
Yeah.
And so it was like low heat, I guess is what it would be, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, okay, we got some kissing and hugging and cut.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
But there's some, like, there's a sign of our times. Like Jane Austen was that like 19th century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility, I think, are the most popular. And I didn't mind the movie. Like, the movies were good. That's why I bought all the books. And and Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre, those are classic romance novels too. And I hate Wuthering Heights. But I do like Jane Eyre. I liked that one. But yeah, if you go to the like Barnes and Noble and go to the romance section, there's a ton of just steamy romance novels out there that are, I'm sure, very, very different than the classic novels that I had read, like you were describing.
I would think so. I listened to podcasts, just trying to find, you know, podcast hosts I could pitch to, and it was a dismal failure because it was a square peg round hole type of thing, where people want to write about, you know, going back several centuries to the bisexual vampire sex thing, and sometimes it gets like a quasi rape type thing, and they couch it in strange language where a man is forcing himself upon a woman, but she's and it's just like what I can't wrap my head around it. So
Yeah.
it's some weird stuff. The bisexual vampire count from Transylvania in like the
Yeah.
1400s. That's isn't that sexy? I'm so I couldn't understand. I actually wrote a love story. I was trying to figure out how people fall in and out of love, why, and portray people and plenty of bad behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I thought you were going to make fun of me because of the vampire thing. But, which I would not have been offended. But what I don't like about romance novels, romance movies, even romantic comedies is those aren't real. And I think it sets people up for unrealistic expectations of their dating life or romantic life. Your book describes real life situations that like someone's actually going to experience. It's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. Yet a lot of the romance novels make everything perfect. And then they have that classic setup of, okay, the couple's interested and then they have to face some hardship and get separated and then they come back together at the end. And that's not the way things happen usually.
Right. The main male character, Peter, he's on the road. He's a traveling superintendent running a job at a J.C. Penney. And so he's a young guy, but he's always on the road. So he goes from this place to that place to this place to that place. So meeting people is very difficult because what are you going to tell even if you were to meet a girl, what are you going to say? Well, at the end of the job, I'm going to be going to wherever. I'm in Omaha. Now I'm in Louisiana. Okay. So he's grappling with his own loneliness.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with that? Do people settle and glom onto someone because they have someone and it's not a good fit? See, I think the second time around, you know what you can and cannot live without.
Yeah.
What you can tolerate and what you can't.
Yeah.
What you're really looking for in someone. And it's dicey because I think I heard Jordan Peterson say this, that in a lifetime, there may be 4 or 5 people that you could potentially hook up with and have a long lasting relationship with. The idea of having a soulmate, or that you're the one for me and God made me for you and we're perfect together. I don't believe that at all. It takes work from beginning to end,
Yeah. 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 I agree. And again, that goes to the like unrealistic expectations that people don't realize that there is work involved in marriage. And yeah, I guess some people don't want to work, I guess. Or like you said, like some people, they settle for less because it's too hard to keep trying.
Yeah. With my wife now, we went through what I call premarital counseling. Because to me, it was like, okay, we've had previous relationships. We've got to talk out some of whatever our issues are, not maybe with each other, but just to find out about ourselves so we can give this thing a chance, so that we can actually say, okay, yeah, that's the problem. We talked about that. Because I was like, we really need to do this because with a third person, you can dig deeper and they can ask you good questions and give you resources and make you think about things. But yeah,
Mhm.
but it's work, and if you don't try to find out where those landmines are, you're going to run into them. You know,
Yeah. Yep.
eventually.
Right. Yeah. I think that everyone could benefit from something like that.
Um, so no, you're not gonna. You're not gonna. Are there any pinup chapters in Iowa? I'm sure that there are.
Um, so I haven't seen any, but it does sound fun and interesting. I don't get along with a lot of other females that well. Just I don't know.
What do you like about working with just the guys?
So if someone has a problem with somebody or somebody's being lazy, it's a hey, you're being lazy today. You need to pick it up. And he says it right to your face. Whereas if you're working with all women, it's Becky's being lazy. And by the way, her ass looks fat today. So it's just, it's, I guess I wouldn't say there's any less drama. It's because the guys are hilarious, the fighting they do, but it's to each other's face, you know, instead of
Hmm.
the weird, like, backstabby stuff. And I don't like to sound anti-female. That's just the way that's just the way it is. But at the same time, it's like you'd only see them every car show or whatever. Have you heard of the Surf Ballroom?
No.
Okay, so it's where Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly played before their plane crashed
Mm.
into a field outside of Clear Lake, Iowa. And so they do, I think it's every Tuesday, they do a classic car drive through Clear Lake, Iowa. And other places will kind of do that. And we do go to car shows, but I have not seen any pinups.
They pair magnificently
Yeah.
with uh, gearheads because it's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
They need each other. What does the gearhead want? Well, he's putting money into, or he's putting money into a build.
Hmm.
Either you're going to make it like it came off the factory floor, or you're going to make a rat rod, your own
Yeah.
Frankenstein type creation.
Yeah.
But you want to show it off, and you want pictures taken of your baby.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better in the world than to have a pretty girl modeling in front of your car.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And there's competition and there's camaraderie, and it's a whole thing. Now, on the flip side, the pinup dolls, they also are competing. They also have a build because they've built a persona
Hmm.
and of whom they may want to be,
Yeah.
and it costs money, and they want their picture taken. Duh, right? They want your
Right.
picture taken.
Of course.
And what's
Yeah.
better than to have your picture taken in front of a really slick muscle car? I mean, this is
Yeah.
America, right? And so the women take their photos and they put them on Instagram, and the guys take their photos and they put them on the wall of their garage,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
there's your pin up,
Yeah.
you
You
know?
know,
But they need
so
each other, and men and women need each other too.
yeah. So I will say when I lived down in Austin, Texas, they have Rot Rally. It's for motorcycles. And I did see that they were hiring women to pose with motorcycles. And I went downtown with some friends, and not for that. We just went downtown to look at the motorcycles and get drinks. But there was a motorcycle that matched an outfit. And the guy did ask me to sit on it and take pictures. I still have that picture somewhere. But yeah, that would be kind of fun, I
Yeah,
think.
you should blow it up because and post it someplace, because that's the funnest part of the well, the funnest chapters in the book
Uh-huh.
were when I described the actual car shows. There are three
Yeah.
chapters that occur. One's called South Sound Sally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another, let me see if I look at this real quick. But those were the really fun ones because people are I can describe lots of cars. I can describe what the women are wearing, how they're interacting. Maybe
Mhm.
you get a little, as far
Yeah.
as you know,
Yeah.
she looks like she put on her makeup with a spackle knife, you know, and if you're going to go to a pageant and you have your hair in a ponytail, just forget about it. That's just, you talk about being lazy. I mean,
Right.
come on,
Yeah.
you can't have your hair in a pony and
Oh,
go out on
no.
a stage. You can't do that.
No,
But
they won't let you do that at cosmetology school either, just, you know.
and so yeah, the chapters in the book, what is it, the Blue Ox and Black Diamond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was like,
I
what was
had
the
I had to get the book out so I could look at the
Yeah.
characters and remind myself. But those were the fun things where I could inject as much humor as I wanted to, and
Yeah.
the competition, and getting up in front of people and giving them a little speech
Mhm.
about where you are, and they raise a little money for, say, pediatric cancer or
Yeah.
something like that, where
Yeah.
you're sharing with strangers what you are about, and you can get as deep and
Yeah.
traumatic. And typically women would talk about their struggles in their lives,
Yeah.
and God, that takes a lot of guts, you
Oh,
know.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Definitely.
there was a few male pinups too, and
Right. Yeah.
well, this is Seattle land, but you know,
Yeah.
any guy who's going to wear a dress,
Yeah.
okay, and show up and compete in a pinup contest, right off the bat, you got to have guts. I don't
Yeah.
care. It's like, you got to have a lot of guts. But there's this one guy, and he was balding. I'm like, isn't anyone going to give that poor man a hat?
Right.
You know,
Right.
can we accessorize this poor guy? He needs a pretty sun hat.
Yeah.
What's going on? One of you ladies have got to go over there and, you know, help a
Right.
brother out,
Yeah.
or help a,
Yes.
yeah, sister, brother, whatever you want to
Sister.
call it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it takes courage to do that, and it's a
Yeah.
thing. I went to Viva Las Vegas,
Uh-huh.
and it was primarily a car show, but they
Uh-huh.
also had a pinup pageant, and they did burlesque.
Uh-huh.
And the weird thing is, Sam, is that um, burlesque has taken over pinup,
Oh,
and
really?
it hasn't taken it over per se,
Uh-huh.
but the women who participate in it, sometimes you'll get women who also do burlesque, which is
Okay.
basically like dancing around like Britney Spears back in her prime, you know, like a stripper
Yeah.
pole and all that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
well, you know what burlesque is? It's like,
Yeah.
do we have to get down to the lowest common denominator type of thing, you know?
Right. Right.
And so there's a blurring of the lines. Is, if you want to do burlesque, but the women who do burlesque, they
Mhm.
if they also do pinup, right? They're almost like a natural because they have the stage presence, they have the outfits, they've got all that glam
Oh,
already
yeah.
figured out.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you'll see queens who've won multiple crowns just
Uh-huh.
because they've figured out how to do it, as opposed to some woman who goes out there and, you know, for the talent show, she's, you
Yeah.
know, trying to play the banjo horribly, or, you know,
Yeah.
or do a little tap dance or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
also, you know, scary as all get out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I could see it being fun, but then also I could see it be like, "Oh, man, I just don't have the energy for this today." So,
It's a lot
but
of it was a lot of effort.
yeah. Alright, so we are running out of time. Where can everybody find you, and what are you working on anything that we can look forward to in the future?
I am working on another novel,
Okay.
but it's so weird that it's kind of hard to. I haven't figured out my elevator speech with it.
Okay.
I write about what I'm curious about,
Yeah.
and ever since I was a little kid, it was Star Trek and ghosts and UFOs and
Nice.
Bigfoot
Yeah.
and the really bizarre things. I've never seen a UFO. I've never seen a
Yeah.
Bigfoot. I've never seen a ghost.
Yeah.
And there's and I'm a student of the Bible. I'm
Mhm.
an amateur theologian, and there's some really interesting things. So I'm going back. I'm writing a book where I'm describing the Earth 20,000 years ago.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so it's very interesting to start delving into, male and female relationships when you're doing the hunter-gathering thing. But you can have high civilization next to, more quote-unquote primitive civilizations as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are. You ever heard of a man by the name of Graham Chapman?
Yes, but I can't remember who he is.
His most recent book is called Before America.
Okay.
And he is a archaeologist, but without formal training. There are places on the earth like Stonehenge, we've all heard of, megalithic construction, where we can't even reproduce what was built thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And the archaeological record is really whacked. And so I'm writing a fiction book going back 20,000 years and seeing what sort of strange things were happening. For example, if you were to read the first chapter of Ezekiel, he's describing a spaceship. I mean, it's really, there's a lot of really odd things. And so I'm trying to connect the dots as far as that's concerned. Maybe I will write another love story.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of touched upon some of the aspects of it, Yeah. And I really thank you for the opportunity to kind of bring this back into my forefront of my memory, because that's really what the book was about. COVID was something that happened to them.
Right.
And it's a good launching point to discuss things, but there are a lot of less than nice people in the world, male and female.
Right.
And unfortunately, I think it's common. There's a lot of shit heels out there.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
But well, you're not a shit heel. And
I hope not. I just got married last week. I need some time and nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed,
Yeah.
We're both in our 50s. Everything is going along great. She's a corporate girl, so she's just making donuts. Make the time to make the donuts.
Yeah.
So
that's
awesome. I make dinner, so it's working out.
Hey. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your retirement and newly married. Thank you. Keep me updated on what you're doing and come back anytime. So cool. All right, where can everyone find you?
Amazon or Audible. Both my novels are both in the audiobook and on Amazon. They can look me up on YouTube, and I'm redoing my social media stuff. I have a lot of really strange reels that I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen my Japanese poetry, my Kenny Kus.
Your Kenny Kus, yeah.
I've done dating advice. I've done a series about Inquisitive Carl, and I tried to figure out how to have a hygiene monkey training program, and it didn't work out. Trying to teach a monkey how to play baseball. This is silly, just weird.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works. I can't help it.
Yeah. No, embrace the weird.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I want to thank you again for being here, and I will keep in touch with you on the episode. So
thanks so much, Sam.